time up. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Panda, are you ready?
I don't have a choice.
Obviously. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Panda. The label to live by for the rest of our life. The label to live by for the rest of our life. Toastmaster Panda.
Tell me if you have heard these questions before. If you were to describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be? We live in our lives constantly searching for labels, and we try to tell them, put on our face, and call them ourselves. So today, let us all take those labels off and begin to find out what is it that truly matters. What is the label to live by for the rest of our lives? Contest chair, my fellow nameless. I just got a job to at the beginning of this year. After 4 years of figuring out what to do, trying to survive on my own 2 feet, I finally have stable income. Yay! So that's something is not to write off about, because unfortunately, the reason why, even now, I only have a job now, because I am actually not a great employee. I'm always late. You guys can confirm that. Always late for my deadline. You guys can confirm that. And when I miss my deadline, the first thing I do is cut off communication, crawl into a hole, and just cry by myself. And I look at that myself, and throughout my years of growing, I can see that those are my worst mistakes of my life. And my friends, hearing those stories, tell me that mistakes don't define you. Wow. I see. So all of that wrongdoing is not. It does not define who I am. Keep that thought in mind for a second. I have a friend who is more or less of a local celebrity. He was a little bit of a popular guy, a little bit of a womanizer. All the girls wanted him. And he got into this relationship with my other friend, a wonderful girl. 2 weeks later, she came out with a document, 82 pages, outing him as a cheater, cheating on multiple girls at the same time. It was a public display of cancellation that, surprisingly, I was a part of. And his response is that I apologize for my mistakes, and I hope that you don't see my mistake for me, because I don't want mistake to define who I am. Does that sound familiar, my friend? You see, mistakes, we are just who we are. This is who we are. This is me. And whenever we make a mistake, we are trying to show a better version of ourselves. And whenever we try to make a mistake, we do? Does that define who we are? Because I come to realize that the mistakes is always there. It's always where we are. It will go with us all the time. And that was my greatest discovery. It is never, mistake doesn't define who I am. I am the mistake. All of my wrongdoing, I have been running away from them because I chose to look up behind it, because I choose not to define by it. So the first course of action, whenever we see these mistakes, was that we gotta acknowledge ourselves. We gotta acknowledge that those mistakes are who we are, so that we can keep moving forward. And that lesson learned, the biggest for me, on my third encounter with a friend. I had this friend where I had a lot of time playing with. And they were really, really fun. They're a great person, but they had boundaries. And unfortunately, I broke those boundaries. And I caused so much hurt and so much pain, so much hate from them towards me. And that's when I realized I am a mistake. So I send them a long, lengthy message. I tell them, I'm sorry for hurting you. I know what I have done have hurt you. I know that you can never forgive me. But I just want you to know that from then on, I will try to be better. No matter what. I am my mistake, but I will not be in the future. Mistake ultimately was the label that I find that I will live for the rest of my life. Because the world is not perfect. If we are of no mistakes, then might as well call us God. But to always say that we are not defined by mistake is to turn our backs from the thing that defines us at the very core. So my friends, mistakes are who we are. And that's what makes it magical and beautiful.